Great call by Freddie.
Freddie makes the call.
Yeah, Brad representing Queen Jack, King Queen, 2 pair. No!
Hold on.
Oh my God!
No, you see the sensor there.
No!
Pump fake. You see it already, chat. Brad doesn't know. Oh my God. Who's is all in, boys? And Brad has ace jack, and he makes the call. Dominated crush.
No!
Brad has been felted.
Oh my God. Brad Owen loses an $88,000 pot.
He's gone. It's been one of the most entertaining live streams we've ever had, and one of the worst sessions of poker ever played for one of your favorites, folks.
So I've known those guys for a while. I've known Dylan. He's one of my Vegas, my favorite people in Vegas to go out with. So this guy loves to battle. He's always playing poker, and I mean, he's trying to be the best player I think in the world. Trying to battle, loves to get a lot of action. It seems like, you know, some people might disagree with that, but yeah, I'm excited, guys. I'm real excited.
It's like a little bit of a smaller city, so you don't have things like sports teams. Like, I love
Brad had a very bad session the day before this hand took place. He lost $100,000. He got demolished. Sometimes that happens, such as life. Move forward sanely and productively on the next day. So that's exactly what he is going to try to do. Playing $50,000 deep effective. Terrace on the button, raises it up with a 7-6 offsuit. Brad in the big blind with ace-5 offsuit. Opts to call. Let's go to the flop.
to a game.
Terrace raises to 1,000. Brad will
I went to a
call.
Longhorns game, a football game. That was pretty crazy, but it's not the same as like going to like an NBA game or going to.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Terrace hits his 6.
Yeah,
You have to watch the Spurs.
How far is it? How far is it? 2 hours?
It's funny.
90 minutes?
For some reason,
That's
the
only an
Spurs
hour.
are the only team that's blacked out for me when I'm watching. And so whenever there's a Spurs game, I can't watch it. And I'm like, you know what? I can't think of a team I would rather have blacked out
Then,
than the Spurs.
yeah.
Like maybe the Rockets.
Brad is going to raise to 2K.
Rockets are pretty bad too.
Yeah, I like this
They're
play
not fun to watch.
with the ace blocker, backdoor, straight draw as well too. Got the 1 over card in case so he can improve in case his opponent calls with a jack or a 6.
Terrace does not like to fold. He's played on our stream a bunch. He loves playing big pots, so you got to be careful when making moves
Flop
on him.
comes Jack of Spades, 6 of Spades, 4 of Clubs. Brad has that magic ace of Spades. He opts to check. Terrace goes for an 800 bet, and then Brad goes for the tiny raise. He makes it 2,000. It's as if he wants to keep Terrace in. You may ask, why would Brad ever want to bluff here? Well, with the backdoor nut flush draw and a backdoor straight draw with that 5, this is a great hand to continue with, and playing it aggressively is very often the best strategy. I love the raise from Brad. I would have gone a little bit bigger because I think you want to polarize your range right off the bat to say I have either King, Jack, and better or a very high equity draw. But whatever, he goes for 2,000. Terrace seems to not like to fold. He's 6 around. Let's head to the turn.
He's not going to back down. And now with the check mark, trip 6 is not a good start for Brad.
Still like a little something they don't
Yeah,
have. They need to get.
Let's hope there's no ace or spade if we continue here. But there's probably going to be a raise from Terrace, I'd imagine, to start building the pot. So
Yeah, they could. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how the
not
sun's
what
playing out
Bradley
with
wanted to do today on hand number 2. You know he wanted to get off to a hot start after the disaster session yesterday. So
4,700.
I talked a little with Daryl Morey.
Stephen Reisman with a
Oh, yeah,
$20 super
yeah.
chat. What's up, Dad? Appreciate you watching in, my guy.
Thanks, Dad.
Daryl Morey,
I wonder if he would come on and play this.
the Sixers GM, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 6 GM. He was the Rockets, and then he left, and
$4,700. Terrace doing a little Hollywood here, hand on his shoulder.
In fact, you guys traded.
Says,
two-man game and
I'm
then
in, I'll play.
Like 100.
The turn is a 6 of Clubs, which is an absolute disaster for Brad because now Terrace is never going to fold a jack, and he's never going to fold a 6. So that's a bummer. Brad doesn't care, though. He goes $4,700. Terrace in position with his trips, just calls. Let's keep him in with all of his bluffs, right? Let's head to the river and watch Brad drown.
He's like, oh wow, you know more about basketball than I know about poker.
Will Brad shut down, or will he just come out of the gates firing with
I
a
love
triple
watching the
barrel?
video, though.
Just ace high
It
now.
was so good.
I know.
Looks like he's going to go for it here.
My goodness.
Uh-oh.
What's
Kiss
gonna,
those chips
how
goodbye.
is the Ben Simmons thing gonna play out? Is it over? Is he just toast?
Yeah, I think so.
He's actually really good. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
The river is the 3 of hearts. Random 7-5 gets there. Random 5-2 gets there. But such is life if you lose to those when you have 3 of a kind. Brad bets $12,000 into the $16,000 pot. Nice knowing you, Brad. Fun times. Maybe pack it up for the day. 2 hands in. Let's see what Terrace does.
All the draws missed, and everything else, he's just one of the most athletically, like,
I feel like you have a
players.
6.
Yeah, but if
With a
you're out
higher
there
kicker
mentally
than
and you're like, and you got to shoot in today's NBA, you got to be able to shoot.
I don't know if I can fold this now.
There's no way Terrace is folding.
Can I flip over my cards without folding?
Yes, you can.
Okay, for more fun, guys.
Yeah, Brad's going to look sick when he sees that.
I'm like 90% chance I'm calling.
A little bit of a nit roll here,
But I
perhaps.
feel like he has like ace.
Terrace is no nit, and he likes big pots. There's really 0% chance he folds. So,
River talk.
matter of seconds before the $12,000 goes in,
I'm
and
telling you, he has ace 6. Maybe even something better. Like, are you really bluffing? Like, I don't think you're bluffing.
wow.
Like, I'm gonna look like an idiot if I fold this.
Talking himself, perhaps,
Wow.
maybe. I said 0% chance, but now it's rising to maybe.
All right, let's go.
Oh! Sit down, Terrace. Wow.
And that may just be what it takes to get Brad back in the win
I said
column.
0% chance he's folding.
Wow. Look at the smile on Brad's face.
After a whole lot of deliberation, I cannot believe what I just saw. Terrace folded 3 of a kind. I would have presumed he would call with any jack in this situation because the majority of the draws miss. Look, anytime the majority of the draws miss, and you have a strong bluff catcher, such as a jack or a 6, you simply must call unless the pot has somehow become egregiously big and your opponent's weak and tight and straightforward. And Brad certainly is not those things. You got to realize whenever you do have 3 of a kind or a top pair, you block your opponent from having full houses, which to some extent is what they are trying to say they have at this point. And when you block their value hands and you don't really block a ton of their bluffs, you just got to call. I realize the 7 of spades is not a great card for Terrace to have, but it just doesn't matter. 3 6s is so good here. You got to call and you have to gobble up Brad's chips. Before we leave, though, what I want to know is, do you think the fact that Brad got crushed the day before impacted his play or perhaps Terrace's play in this hand? Take a second, think about it, and write what you think in the comment section below, and I'll be right back to tell you what I think about playing with players who you know got demolished on the previous day.
Oh my! I thought he was for sure calling when he showed
You know how in
his
the
face. I was like, I
NBA,
thought
a shooter, he
Yeah, you
needs to
had to
make
do,
his
like,
first
all
shot,
five.
and that means the whole game is going to be hot.
Yeah, but that's
This is what's going to happen for Brad Owen.
This is where the turnaround begins, huh?
Yes.
10% came in.
As your opponent has a stronger and stronger mindset, what happened yesterday matters less and less and less. Now, if your opponent is a recreational player who you know is coming to Vegas for 3 days to go on a poker bender, and they're not used to having big losing sessions, those are the types of players who may come back to the table already on monster tilt. But Brad's a good, strong player. He's not going to show up and just think, all right, I got to try to blast it in order to get even. He realizes all the cash game hands are just part of one long session, and he just has to play every hand to the best of his ability. So knowing that, the previous day should not matter at all. And to be fair, even at the end of that long session where he was getting demolished, that should not matter all that much. I will say some people have a difficult time separating individual hands, right? Like say you're down 100K in a cash game session. On the next hand, a lot of people are going to have a tough time showing up and playing sane. Now, I will say, a lot of the absolute best players in the world don't have much of a problem with that. And I would recommend that you develop that kind of mindset. We actually discuss this concept in my newest book, 100 Essential Tips to Master No Limit Hold'em. Make sure you check it out. You have to have a good, strong mindset to succeed at poker. And if you show up to the table thinking that you need to try to get even or that you're mad because you lost on the previous day, you're not going to make it. As you move to the higher and higher stakes against players who have good, strong mindsets, if you have periods of time where you play horribly, simply due to the standard variance of poker, and they don't, they're going to absolutely crush you in those periods of time to the point that that's going to make it very difficult for you to win. And I want you all to win. So get in there, study hard, work hard, stay sane, don't fold trips, try to not bluff into trips unless you can make trips fold, and you'll make it. Good luck, have fun, make the most of your opportunities. Before you leave, click the like and subscribe button down below. Thanks for being here. Thanks to the Lodge for letting us use this footage. I'll talk to all of you next time.